Hi, I'm Mackenzie Brown. I'm here with Brady and Jack and Casey, and we're going to talk a little bit about Tokyo 2020 coming up.
Yeah, so this year we have our qualifying. Before we even try out for the U.S. Olympic team, we need to qualify our spots at World Championships. That's in Netherlands this year. We need to be top 8 in the team rounds to qualify a full team, or we can get it individually if we're not in the top 8, but you have to make the team spots to get 3 people in the team, and then there'll be last chance qualifiers later on. They haven't set the dates for that, and then after we make the team, we have a very extensive trials process which starts in nationals this year, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so this is the first year. We normally have 3 stages for the Olympic trials, and now it's going to be 4. We'll shoot 2 tournaments this year for the ranking rounds, and then start in 2020 with the other tournaments, and they increase in points. In every tournament we go to increases in points, and so the last one's weighted a lot more than the first ones, and we just qualify as many people as we can. If we only have 1 men's spot and 3 women's spots, then only 1 guy will try it out for the team, make the team. So it's a big, complicated process, and for us, World Championships this year is almost more important than the games.
Absolutely.
So our trials are so extensive because as we further along the process, we want to make sure we get the most consistent and reliable shooters on the team. So when we go to the games and we're under all the pressure, we can still consistently shoot 10s and win medals.
And this year, for the first time, we're having our world trials. It is a pretty long and stressful event. It's, I think, 6 days. Trials, we've already shot 2 events, and this is going to be a good time for like Casey, because these are all your first trials events coming up. So this World Championship will be a good time for you to kind of test out what trials is like going into the games.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and I'm excited to be with the team and all of them and get to know them and have some fun.
Yeah.
So some of the events that we do during both trials events for World Championship team as well as the Olympic team are going to look like round robins, which are matches that we shoot against each of the contestants in the trials process. We're going to shoot some team round simulations. So we've created a game where we simulate team rounds and score, but also have individual score to potentially show who's a really good teammate.
And what those, like the team round sim, like she's talking about, what it looks like is you have 25 seconds, the whistle blows, you step up to the line, knock your arrow, shoot an arrow, and then step off the line, and you have a 25-second break.
And we shoot 36 arrows for score.
Yep.
And sometimes we do it twice, but normally it's 36 arrows for score.
And I think for this trials, we have 144 arrows of that on one day.
It's going to be quite a strenuous training and trials process, but again, we want the best team to go to these events to represent the U.S. well.
Yeah, another new event that we have, which personally don't know how I feel about because I haven't shot it yet, is we're doing a single arrow shoot off round robin, 14 of them. So it'll just be a 1 arrow match, you win or lose, and then I think it goes off of wins or something like that. And then, so that's going to be an interesting one. Have you looked at the trials? Like, what are you looking forward to shooting?
I'm looking forward to the 1 arrow shoot off thing because in World Cups I've never lost a 1 arrow shoot off so far. So
there you go.
I feel like that'll be my game. I'm excited for that.
I need to step my shoot off game. I've lost the last several. What about you, Jack? What are you looking forward to?
I think the round robins will be good. Get a lot of elimination practice and get ready for those.
Okay, so I'm mostly focusing on like mental stuff because like I can shoot a bow, I do that all day, but it's the stuff up here that you got to work on, and like being prepared for like the big stage and all that is something that you definitely got to work for.
I'm working on trying to get back in the shape, trying to get down the fighting weight. I've lost 20 pounds. I want to lose another 35 or 40, and then I finally got rid of my finger issues, I think. And that's going good. And over the last couple of weeks here before Vegas, I've been shooting over 200 arrows a day again. I want to hopefully through this year and going into the games get back to where I'm shooting 1,500 arrows a week again. And that's how I'm trying to get rid of getting ready for the games is just be injury free going into this one, since I haven't been at any Olympics yet.
I think that's a pretty good thing to be focused on. You know, making sure that that there aren't any injuries, being preventative on injuries, making sure we're doing solid warm up, cool down, stuff like that. For me, it's just making sure I'm consistent on arrow count. You know, doing a really light day and then a really heavy day, that's what causes injuries. Like high peaks and then low valleys, you're gonna cause injury that way. So being consistent and shooting a lot of arrows for a long period of time is what I think I'm working on.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do just straight scoring arrows, you know, do a lot of arrows per day, but make sure they're all meaningful and they're all scored arrows.
So I don't know if anyone else got that, but the two old people are trying to prevent injury, and the young guys are like, no, we're just going to go shoot a ton of arrows. Casey's like, it's all mental, and, you know, we're sitting here being like, we're just trying to stay together.
Might need a little duct tape.
Yeah, baling the wire.
As the two archers here who have some Olympic experience, do you have any advice on getting ready for everything?
They have a good idea of what it is. I mean, you win the games in the 6 inches between your ears. And being prepared and being confident for the games. Sarah will help with all the media stuff, getting you guys ready that way. Once we make the team, we'll start getting ready for all the cameras and the distractions that are going to be there. I'll really try to hype it up and make it more than it is, so when you get there, you're like, oh, this is easy. That worked well at the last couple.
Do that for me.
Yeah.
When it's been a while since it's been your first Olympics.
Yeah.
But it
That's
is
true.
quite a shock. Like when you get there, I think everybody talks about how the Olympics is like nothing you ever done before, and you're like, oh well, okay, that's fine, no big deal. And then you get there, and it's like, oh, you weren't kidding. Like it really is something completely different. So there are so many other aspects that you don't expect. You know, having to deal with roommates. Like I was the only girl, so I had to room with several other USA team members, but they were on completely different schedules. I didn't really get to interact with them as much as I wanted to. And then, you know, eating huge. I mean, the biggest cafeteria you have ever seen.
With more choices than you can imagine.
More choices than you can
And
eat.
free McDonald's.
And free McDonald's.
Nice.
We do that every now and then, but we try to keep those pounds off with the McDonald's.
And then, you know, like, packing is actually kind of a big thing. Because you go to processing, right? And you bring a full bag of all your stuff.
I brought way too much.
And then you get the processing, and they're like, okay, you can only have this much weight, and all the clothes that you brought, send them back home, because they only want you wearing the stuff that they give you. So that's going to be a thing. Just bring the essential socks, underwears, and maybe a couple of shirts that you like, and then you get everything else.
I think I'm gonna bring like a dress or nicer clothes, like casual clothes, and then underwear and the like toiletries, and that is it. They actually give you a chance to send your other bag you bring with you back home. So we kind of
It just makes processing so much easier if you bring less. Bring your own toilet paper, a pack.
That is a smart idea.
To be successful internationally right now has become a lot harder than it used to. Not only is the world getting better, but the system we shoot is just tough to win. It's like gambling here in Vegas. It's all chance with the set system. So as a team, we just need to realize where we need to be internationally, the scores we need to be at, and learn to shoot well as a team. I mean, that's my opinion on what we need to do. Is we just need to make sure that we can go out there and cover everybody. If they make a mistake as a group, just cover it. Be a complete team. You know, when you're shooting good, support everyone. If someone's not there, the other two people have to just step up. And we need to get to a point where those kind of things happen automatically and we're not stressing about it.
I think for the women, we need 2 670 shooters. I think if we've got 2 people who are in that range or close, we can have a really solid team. for a 3-person team, if you're talking about specifics for numbers. I think we have always had a pretty good, well, as long as I've been shooting, we've had a pretty good ability to work out whatever happens, which I think that's what Brady was kind of talking about. If somebody has a bad arrow, you kind of come up behind them and help them out, which is part of a team. Like, at the end of the day, it's not one person's name on the scorecard, it's everybody's name as Team USA. So I think we just need to trust each other and trust that we're training.
Yeah, at the World Cups this last year, we've been really working on making sure all the people on the team are consistent and that we all are supporting each other, and when one of us drops a point, the other two step up, and we're all covering each other, and that really helped going into the last team event we did, and hopefully moving that forward into future events.
Still got hammered. So frustrating, but we're getting better. We'll have more people shooting bigger scores this year, and just like Butch Johnson says, just got to shoot the required amount of tens.
So as we're getting ready for the Olympics, we just want to say thank you to all the sponsors and companies that help us out with our equipment, and it's very thoughtful of you guys, and we just want to say big thanks, and we're liking the stuff.
Yep, shooting good for us. It's all great. We couldn't do it without your support, without the industry and this archery and helping us with the paychecks when we win and stuff. We couldn't do this, and what you guys are doing to make target archery grow and make it bigger, it's really been shown, and we really appreciate it.